Hello, everyone. This is Elizabeth Velasco from the Velasco team of Remax Gold. Here with me on a Zoom conference call is Rodney Jong from OnQ Financial Mortgage. So, Rodney, you want to introduce yourself?
How you doing? How's everyone doing today? I'm Rodney Jong from OnQ Financial. I am a loan officer here to discuss a little different items with you today with Elizabeth.
Yes, and today what we're going to be discussing is a hot topic about forbearance. I know a lot of people are experiencing hardship, and we wanted to, we wanted to like kind of explain to you how does that actually work. So, and here with me is Rodney, going to talk to you more about it. Rodney, take it away. Go ahead.
Yeah, so there's a lot of talk in the news about forbearance. So I know, like in California, Governor Newsom, worked out some forbearance with some of the big banks, Chase, Wells Fargo, Citibank, I think B of A. They're all participating in it. But there's a lot going on, and President Trump was talking about everybody getting forbearance for 12 months on their mortgage. So the thing is that I haven't actually seen all of those passed into law. With like Governor Newsom, he announced that he had agreements with them, but he wants everyone to contact their servicers, the banks they use, to figure out what they can do with those big banks.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say other banks haven't agreed to that yet. So you have to call in to your servicer to see if they're offering forbearance. And what forbearance is basically allowing you to skip your payments and deferring the payments until a later date. So there's a couple different kinds of forbearance that's out there, but every servicer is going to have their own program that they're going to allow you to do. So you have to call them to see which one they'll offer you.
Okay, so Rodney, let me ask you, what are like the different options that your lender may offer you? So I think there's three kinds, right? Or you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So what we've been seeing is, there's one where, they're going to defer all the payments until the end of your loan. So let's say, you have a 30-year loan and you skip 12 months. You probably are going to add another year to the back end of your loan. So you're going to have, an extra year. Instead of 30 years, you're going to pay off in 31 years. That's one kind that we've seen. The other one is where they take the payment. Let's say you deferred, $10,000. So when you're ready to go back and start paying your mortgage again, they might tell you, well, we're going to do a balloon payment now. So, you're going to owe us $10,000 right now on top of your payment. So the first payment back, you might owe them $11,500 if your payment was, $1,500 a month. The third one is where they break it up over a set amount of time. So if they say, okay, you owe $10,000, we're going to give you 10 months to pay it. So instead of your payment being $1,500 every month, when you're ready to pay your mortgage again, it's going to go up to $2,500 because they're going to add $1,000 for 10 months onto your payment.
Okay, so really, you just really need to talk to your lender, find out which one that they offer. And I know we need to let our consumer know that if they are actually thinking of refinancing, I think forbearance is not the way to go. So can you explain that to the consumer?
So what they've been saying is that it's not going to negatively affect your credit. But that doesn't mean that it's not going to be reported. It's still going to be reported on your credit report. They might have told all the the credit bureaus not to negatively make your credit score go down or anything like that. But we'll see it as a lender that you've had some kind of loan modification. Maybe you haven't made payments for the 12-month period. So with us, that's going to be a problem. If you're trying to refinance, we probably would not refinance you then because it looks like we're delinquent. If you're trying to buy a new home, let's say you're going to sell the home that you were in, you'll pay off all the forbearance with the sale of the property, but you want to get a new loan to buy another house. Well, we're going to look at it that you defaulted on your mortgage on your previous house, so we probably won't give you a loan. And while you're in the forbearance, what we think it's going to say is loan modification on the credit report. So, whenever you're in a loan modification, we cannot do a refinance for you.
Or a purchase.
Or a purchase.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, that's good to know. So I'm glad that you're actually, explaining that to consumer because they need to be educated with this kind of, information.
I mean, what I could say is if you really, really need to, in some cases, people really need to do it. So, take advantage of it so you don't lose your house. I mean, you just have to understand what could happen by doing it. But, sometimes you have no choice, right? If you're still working, you're getting a full paycheck, you're working from home, maybe telecommuting, but you're still getting paid, I would suggest that you don't do forbearance. I mean, if you can still, everything's still the same for you, you should still pay your mortgage. Because, what could happen is if too many people do forbearance, it could crush the mortgage market. During forbearance, the servicers have an agreement with the investors that own the loans that they have to pay the investor no matter what. So if they don't have enough money to cover 12 months of payments and they're not getting any backing from the government, it's just going to create this market where interest rates are just going to skyrocket, because all the investors are going to say, I'm not buying this loan. It's not worth the risk because these people might not pay on it, So it's always best, just for your best interest, keep your credit up. If you're getting paid, you're getting a full paycheck, then it's best to just keep paying your mortgage like everything was going the same.
Okay, great. That's great information. But anyway, thank you for your time, Rodney.
Right.
Again, this is Rodney Jong from OnQ Financial Mortgage. If you have any questions in regards to the mortgage or trying to refinance or purchase, you could reach out to him. And if you have any questions in regards to real estate, I'm just one message away. So until next
All right.
time, we'll talk to you soon.
Okay,
Thank
stay
you.
safe. Okay, thank you.
Okay, stay
Bye.
safe, everyone. Bye-bye.